Hi, I'm Jamison Manwaring, co-founder and CEO of Neighborhood Ventures. Last year, we launched NV REIT. NV REIT offers the opportunity to invest in a diversified portfolio of stabilized cash flowing assets for investors. The cash flow from these assets are distributed back to investors on the 10th of every month. Investors also earn 80% of the appreciation from these properties as they go up in value over time. So it offers both cash flow today and future upside from these assets.
Hi, I'm John Kobrowski, co-founder of Neighborhood Ventures and president and CEO of AVI Multifamily. I've been in the commercial real estate business now for over 30 years. In that time, worked on starting and growing several real estate companies. After 30 years in this business, you can see certain pretty obvious trends. We're most effective in the Sun Belt, and also the Sun Belt is where most of the growth we've seen over the last 30 years has been. And in my career, I've watched it happen over and over. The Sun Belt already has about 55% of the population of the United States. So if you put in that perspective, these are the areas that continue to see more of the growth and the areas that we want to concentrate our investment in. If you look at some of the statistics, you'll see that that region has accounted for over 75% of the population growth. We generally want to buy in core and core plus areas that are walkable, that have more amenities such as hospitals, parks, closer to public transportation, and are generally going to be places that we can acquire small to mid-sized properties. Our niche is to own and operate properties in the 20 to 200 unit size range. And the reason why we like that niche is that it's easy for us to acquire those properties. Our competition's not as great. They're generally in core plus areas. And in general, the competition for them are property owners like ourselves. Small syndicators, mom and pop operators, not national or regional institutional owners that have a different structure of capital that could compete against those properties with us. So NV REIT is going to focus on acquiring properties with three main tenets. The location has got to be core plus within the Sun Belt and in a size range of 20 to about 200 units.
There are three things that every real estate investor needs to understand about what's happening in the real estate market today. The first item is about supply and demand. The last few years, we've seen quite a bit of supply of new apartment construction units come on the market. But as we look out the next few years with higher interest rates, many of these new projects have been shelved and are not currently under development. So we expect that the supply of new housing units will go down over the next 3 or 4 years pretty dramatically. When demand stays constant and supply goes down, price will go up, meaning rents are expected to go up over the next few years as supply comes down but demand stays high. The second point is that we expect rents to move up over the next few years as the gap between owning and renting gets closer together. Historically, the cost of renting versus the cost of owning a home tend to run together. Sometimes there'll be short periods where rents will be a little bit higher or owning a home will be a little bit higher, but they tend to go together. Today, the cost of owning a home is over 50% higher than the cost of renting. This is the biggest disparity we've seen in the last 40 years. So we expect that this gap will begin to narrow over the next few years as rents come in more in line with owning a home. That means we expect rents to move up over the next 1 to 4 years. The third factor is what we call the rise of the forever renter. The rise of the forever renter is a trend that we are seeing where folks who are normally ready to buy a home and settle down are instead deciding to rent for longer. They are putting off home ownership, in some cases for a few years, and in other cases, some folks are deciding that they're going to be a renter for life. But it's grown the rental pool to the point where we have more renters than ever. But because the cost of buying a home is still very high, we think this trend will continue for several years going forward.